and gentlemen, please welcome the Woodland College Park Cavalier Marching Band and the College Park Cavalier Reveliers. Our featured runners are Lindsay Richards, Ali Colorado, and Rachel Hutchinson, under the coaching of Patty Nicky. Woodland College Park High School is proud to present the award-winning Reveliers. Lieutenants Brittany Garza and Molly Neal, Captain Caitlin Mitchell, Lieutenant Major Kendall Sundin, and Majors Adrian Orlando and Lauren Waters. The Reveliers are under the direction of Allison Arsenault and Shelley Eichener. Today the Reveliers will be performing their kick routine to The Hand That Feeds. And feature twirlers. On the field is the mighty Cavalier Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cavalier Marching Band has had a very successful year so far. They were awarded third place out of 23 top bands across Texas at the Regional Bands of America Marching Competition, and made finals against 35 other area bands at the UIL Area Marching Competition. And just this Thursday, the Cavalier Band was named Houston's Most Spirited Band by KHOU Channel 11 Battle of the Band, sponsored by Maryland Cruise Line. Way to go, band! The award-winning Cavalier Band is under the direction of Charlotte Royal, with Associate Director Jeff Goring, Percussion Director Rob Savala, and Color Guard Director Ali Martinez. Also working with the band are field technicians Lauren Reed, Jonathan Thomas, Paul Fleet, and Alex Harrison. Our drum majors are Sarah Mydell, Andrew Cahill, Kyle Cruz, Justin Stobart, and Anna Cunningham. The color guard captains are Gabby Albertson and Morgan Dunderoff. Tonight, the Mighty Cavalier Band will perform for you their award-winning 2014 contest show entitled From Frost to Flowers. Sit back and feel the chill while you enjoy the sights and sounds of the award-winning Cavalier Marching Band. mighty Cavalier marching band. We hope you enjoyed the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the band will leave immediately following the game for their last competition of the season at the U.S. Band Marching Competition. Good luck, band! Ladies and gentlemen, please help welcome to the field the very elegant and most prestigious leaders in the dance team world, the Kingwood Phillies. The Phillies would like to dedicate this last home game performance to the Philly alumni, saying the tradition lives on. Leading the Phillies this year are the #1 ranked officer line who earned this recognition at the Crowd Pleasers Officer Summer Training Camp. The officers include Lieutenant Caroline Knox, Lieutenant Amy Felder, Captain Madeline Snell, Major Ashley Parnell, Major Sidney Ballou, Lieutenant Colonel Sidney Fletcher, Colonel Hannah Lamb, Philly of the week will go to Micah Manatnak. Thank you for your continued hard work. Philly of the week is sponsored by Arturo's Hair Design and Johnny's Pizza. The Supertoons would also like to thank their sponsors, Marine Flooring, Sterling Hall Honda, and Smart Energy. Performing in costume, the Phillies dance the Broadway number If My Friends Succeeded Now, complete charity. Thank you to Bailey Bruckner for being the Phillies fundraising queen. Do not forget the Phillies will be hosting their annual dance clinic on November 15th to encourage and inspire those young future Phillies. Learn from the very best and get ready to be challenged into a more seasoned dancer. Go on the Phillies website for more details. As the band enters the field, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 2014 homecoming presentation. Big thanks to everyone coming out today, especially our alumni. The KHS Alumni Association sponsored a tailgate party this morning for the game. You can find a link to the Alumni Association on the KHS website. If you are a Kingwood alumni, please stand and wave so we can welcome you back home. You may have noticed the formation the band has set into. This is the 35th anniversary of Kingwood High School. The results of homecoming week. The dress-up day winners goes to the senior class. At the homecoming pep rally yesterday, we had a wagon parade. It was a hard-fought battle, but the second place goes to the seniors. And first place to the juniors. Another hard-fought battle was the spirit contest, but the spirit stick went to the senior class. The overall winners of the class competition for homecoming 2014. Second place goes to the juniors. And first place, the senior class. Ladies and gentlemen, on the field are the Navy Junior ROTC Honor Guard. They are Austin McDougall, Kyle Breed, Kevin Levingood, Kyle Nelson, Alex McDuffie, Devin Kamet, Michael Casano, and Brandon Estes. And now on the 50-yard line, marching through the 35, set up by the Kingwood High School Band, we have our senior homecoming court. Please welcome Senior Prince Audi Agarwal and Senior Princess Madeline Anding. Audi is the son of Sushil and Paulene Agarwal. He is in the House and Cards Club, UIL accounting team, and is the Vice President of the Spanish National Honor Society. And his favorite teachers are Mr. McGrew and Mrs. Parrish. Madeline is the daughter of Denise and Jeff Anding. She's a member of the KHS tennis team where she is varsity co-captain. She's an NHS and the American Sign Language Club. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Conley. Our next senior prince and princess are Christian Cuthbert and Alex Cisneros. Christian is the son of Tiffany and Jason Cuthbert. He is on the Kingwood High School varsity soccer team. His favorite teacher is Mr. Knight. Alex Cisneros is the daughter of Dennis and Melissa Cisneros. Alice is on the Kingwood High School varsity track team. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Knight. Our next couple this afternoon are Senior Prince Kirk Ellsworth and Senior Princess Ashlyn Andrusek. Kirk is the son of Kirk and Kimberly Ellsworth. He is captain of the varsity wrestling team, also a member of HOSA, GSA, the Drama Club, Psychology Club, and the UIL Film Club. His favorite teacher is Mr. Rainey. Ashlyn Andrusek is the daughter of Sherry and Robbie Andrusek. Ashlyn plays in the orchestra and is a member of the National Honor Society.
Her favorite teacher is Senior Bowman. Our next senior prince and princess are Ryan Hergenrother and Ashley Parnell. Ryan is the son of Mike and Christine Hergenrother. Ryan plays for the Kingwood High School tennis team and is secretary of the Beta Club. He is also a member of the National Honor Society and the Spanish Honor Society. His favorite teacher is Miss Parrish. Ashley is the daughter of Scott and Michelle Parnell. She is a major of the Kingwood High School Phillies. Ashley is also a member of the National Honor Society and HOSA. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Scalia. Our final senior prince and princess are Tobin Johnson and Susan Zhu. Tobin is the son of Tracy Johnson. He is president of the Cards Club, and he plays in the Kingwood High School Orchestra. His favorite teachers are Miss Engel and Mr. Henry. Susan is the daughter of Sri Yu and Hee-jung Zhu. She is president of the National Honor Society and Mu Alpha Theta. She plays the violin in the Kingwood High School Orchestra and also likes to spend her time watching HGTV. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Webb. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2014 homecoming queen is Alex Cisneros. The 2014 homecoming king is Christian Cutberg. Thank you everyone for participating today. Thank you for all our princes and princes. And congratulations to the 35th anniversary, King and Queen Alex Cisneros and Christian Cutberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the pride of Kingwood, the mighty Mustang Military Marching Band. Tonight we recognize the band Sweetheart and Bow. The sweetheart is Alexia Bustamante. And the bow is Dimas Ramadan. We conclude this homecoming halftime with the traditional hymn, Amazing Grace. School band directors are Destry Baltz and Brittany Peters. Percussion arrangements and instruction by Wally Mulhern. Flag choreography by Terry Mulhern.
Mustangs. I'm Bert Brocker.
I'm Mark M. Johnson.
And we are here at Turner Stadium for the second half of the Mustangs and the Cavaliers game. Mustang 13, Cavaliers 14. Right before the half, missed a 41-yard opportunity to take a 16-14 lead into halftime. Other than that, you know, a little bit in the first quarter, they struggled a little bit, but it's overall. You know, Mark, their offense got to rolling. The last 5 possessions, they really moved the ball down the field, did really well. They're going to kick off here, and hopefully they'll get field position in their hand. This defense will continue to play strong, and we'll do what we need to do because Kingwood needs to win today big.
And it's like you were saying, or like we were saying before the end of the half, we really hope that they can get what they had going towards the end of the first half to keep that momentum going in the second half. And they're going to need it here. They're trailing 1. And if they keep that momentum going, they can surely take a pretty decent lead here.
Rockins and Wilson back for the Cavaliers to wait on a kickoff here. It's a big kick here. Ball's going to go into the end zone and be a touchback. So the Cavaliers will take over 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
That's where the Cavaliers will take over 1st and 10.
Mark, what a beautiful day out here today.
It really is. I mean, it's one of those games that everybody looks forward to. You play in the heat all year long, and then you cannot wait to play in this weather. It just pumps these boys up. It pumps the crowd up. It's fantastic. And it's not too cold enough for us to be kind of cold up here in the shade, but other than that, a great day.
Well, here we go to start the second half. Kingwood on defense, Cavaliers on offense. Takes the snap. Going to hand off right up the middle. Good pursuit there. Looks like number 57 again. And we've called his name several times today.
That's Ben Beckelman. Yep, we sure have.
Beckelman on a nice stop there. Had a bunch of help with other players there. Make that tackle.
A.J. Sanders on the carry for the Cavaliers.
Handoff right up the middle, going to be stuffed right there. Looks like he's going to actually not even gain a yard, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 here. And so far, so good. This is exactly what the defense needed. They need a stop here on 3rd down.
Michael Cesaric with the stop there for the Mustangs.
A.J. Sanders, quarterback number 10, Ferguson in the shotgun, drops back. He's going to throw. Got some time, goes over the middle. Got good coverage there. And he's going to be well short of the 1st down.
Yeah. Spencer Goodman on the tackle, forcing him out of bounds.
That was really nice there. They had the deep man covered his first look, and then so he had to check down there. Good coverage by the Mustangs, and in their Cavaliers' first possession, they're going to have to punt the ball.
Going back for your Mustangs, number 2, Josh Slayton.
Slayton's dropped back here to receive this punt here. Ferguson to punt.
Yeah, 3 and out. Great start for the Mustangs.
Horrible kick, and that's a beautiful one there. If you're a Mustang fan, that ball goes out of bounds. It's only going to carry about 10 yards. So the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Oh, that was not the kick he was looking for. He was cringing the entire time after he kicked that. He knew it was a botched kick. Good field position for the Mustangs.
Griffin Lay in the backfield here. Teeters out to the left. Graves under center. Hand off to Lay. Got a block. Going to pick up about 4.5 yards there and bring up a 2nd down and 6.
And number 19, Eric Wilson, a junior with a tackle for the Cavaliers.
Lay in I-back formation. Graves under center. Handoff right up the middle. Going to be tripped up for a very short gain there. Looks like he's only going to pick up about a yard.
Fullback Logan McKee getting a lot of looks today from the Mustangs.
Lay's going to try to get the edge there, and he's not going to get it. He's only going to gain about a yard there. That's going to bring up 4th down and 4 on the 34-yard line. Wilson on the tackle there.
Yeah, Wilson read him the entire time, wrapped him up, and just dragged him out of bounds.
Lay in the backfield here again. Graves under center. Teeters out to the left. Going to be a fake. They're going to throw the ball. Has time. Has a man. Thrown behind him. What a catch by number 3. Holy cow. He's going to turn it up. Going to make it to the 18-yard line. Going to be wrapped up there and still fighting. Going to take it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Hammersmith on the reception there. And as we say at every game, 1st and 10 Mustangs.
Ball spotted down on the 16-yard line. 1st and 10.
Got Sewu in the backfield here with him now. Hands off to him. Waiting on it. Tries to cut to the outside. Breaks a tackle there. Cuts back up. Did a really nice job there to pick up. That was a tough 2 yards there, Mark.
That's why they're glad to have him back. He's a fighter. He'll just keep fighting. Rather than lose yardage, he picks up 2.
Olanalua in the backfield with Graves here in the shotgun. Fakes it. Going to roll out to the left there. Got a little time. Going to throw it back across his body, and holy cow, it's dropped. A little bit dangerous there, Mark. Little bit dangerous throw there.
Yeah, double coverage. The Mustangs are lucky that one didn't go into the arms of a Cavalier, but not a bad throw nonetheless, even in traffic.
Another tough call. This is what happened right before halftime. Had a holding call, and going to have another holding call here. So it'll be interesting. Are they going to make it 3rd and 10, or are they going to take it back 10 yards here and move the ball back to the 25, 26-yard line? And that's what they'll do. So it'll bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 19 here from the 25-yard line for the Mustangs.
Mustangs have 2nd and 19 on the 25-yard line.
Olanalua in the backfield. Fake draw play. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like Chandler Teeters didn't turn his route quick enough to see that ball come out of his arm. And by the time he had turned around, that ball was well on the other side of him. Incomplete pass.
That's one of those double delays that, Mark, that takes a long time to develop. And, of course, Graves had to get rid of it there and just threw it out there again. As I say, he threw it in the right position. He threw it where the defense had absolutely no chance to intercept it.
Timing's got to be good. Chemistry's got to be good.
Going to throw the ball. Has a man right there in the middle, and holy cow, he's going to drop it. That was close. That was very close.
Colin Rockins. It looked like a foreshore touchdown for the Mustangs.
They're going to try a long field goal here and place the ball down at the 32-yard line, 42-yard. Like I said, he had plenty of leg right before the half, and he had actually pulled it a little bit left, so we'll see what happens here. Good snap, good hold. That ball's going to be partially blocked.
Ball partially blocked by number 5, Colin Rockins.
Well, that's unfortunate. Garcia, an nominee for Texan Live Player of the Week a couple of weeks ago based on his great kicking performance against Conroe, has already missed 2 field goals and an extra point today.
Cavaliers take over 1st and 10 at the Mustangs 25, or their own 25-yard line. Ball on the ground. Ball still bouncing around.
Here's to be recovered by number 10 for the Cavaliers, Robert Ferguson. And he
Robert
gonna
Ferguson,
recover.
yeah.
Exactly, Mark. Go ahead with that.
Robert Ferguson, as you were saying, came up with that to preserve that. Otherwise, the Mustangs would have had a heck of a field position.
That'll take the Cavaliers back for about a 4-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Cavaliers very fortunate there, Mark.
Unfortunate for the Mustangs, though. I'm sure they could have used that one based on these missed field goal opportunities.
Back to throw, has a man out there to the right.
Ferguson's pass out in the flats. He's complete to number 33, Dominic Garcia.
Well, Blake Gould and Sewu Lanalua team up to make that tackle
Move the chains. They'll have 1st and 10.
for the Mustangs.
Ball spotted down on the 36-yard line. Inside handoff goes to number 28, A.J. Sanders. He's brought down by a host of Mustangs. Getting to both the bottom of the
A.J.
pile.
Sanders, a running back for the Cavaliers, stopped dead in his tracks.
Also in there, number 57, Ben Beckelman. Cavaliers pick up.
There's Ben Beckelman again involved in that tackle. Big hit there. Big hit. Blake Gould up for Texan Live Player of the Week, and he's showing you why right there.
Blake Gould. Also, Blake Gould, number 14, has been nominated for the Player of the Week. You can vote for number 14, Blake Gould, on Texan Live. .com.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Takes a snap, fakes, going to be a pass. Going deep, he's going to overthrow that one. Good defense right there, Mark.
Anthony Lacey with the coverage.
Number 23 for the Mustangs. Cavaliers will go into punt formation.
Well, I'm Mark M. Johnson.
And I'm Bert Brocker here with Texan Live. You know, we got a lot going on here right now. So 5:55, 13-14 game. Good snap. He's actually going to get a pretty decent punt off this time. Well, that one's going to go out of bounds. They're going to mark this ball as they're coming for at the 32-yard line. So that's where the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. And don't forget, Blake Gould, number 14, your Kingwood Mustang, is up for Player of the Week on TexanLive.com. If you're watching the game, you know exactly where to go. Make sure you get your votes in for him.
Yeah, Bert, I think any punt that would have happened just now would have been better than the last punt that he had.
Mustangs need to settle down here and get down here and get some points out of this. Last 2 possessions in the red zone coming up with a total of 0 points. We need to have a sustained drive here in this second half and go down there and get a touchdown. Going to pitch a ball to Lay. Lay cuts through, breaks a couple tackles, and what a hard run. Going to pick up 9 yards on that play.
Looks like Aaron Chang helped out on the tackle for the Cavaliers to bring down Lay.
Lay on the handoff again, making a couple cuts there, breaks a couple tackles. Holy cow, he's going to pick up about 7-8 yards there, Mark. What a great run.
Yeah, brought down by Cavalier of the Cavaliers. He could have gotten a lot more. Cavalier stuck his hands out as he dove and got him up. And
have an injured player there, Mark. Going to have official timeout here.
Texan Live is going to take this time out briefly. We're brought to you by Cerna Insurance Agency, located at 9232 Will Clayton Parkway. Purchasing a new home is complicated enough without having to worry about insurance. Go to CernaInsurance.com for more info. The Cerna Insurance Agency, we shop your rate so you don't have to.
Number 99, Connor Weebling, up walking up under his own power. That's a good sound. Let's hope everything's all right.
Here we go. Graves under center, lay in the backfield. Hands off straight up the middle, and another hard run there by the fullback.
Kid picks up about 3 yards on the stop. Number 19, Eric Wilson, along with number 73, Adrian Callahan. Second and 7 for the Mustangs.
Here's Alana. He's going to run straight forward there. Going to pick up about, we'll call it 4 yards. Going to bring up a third down and 3 yards here.
Number 42, Gavin McAlee. Mustangs will have 3rd and 3.
The junior David McAlee with the tackle for College Park.
Number 35 takes the ball, Logan McKee. He scores the first down.
It's Kingwood's fullback again with another carry.
Number 38, Brendan Hall.
And Brendan Hall with a stop.
While we have this official timeout, our second
For College Park.
high school all-sports Christmas giveaway for the evening is for Stacy Sweets and Kingwood. For 1 dozen of a soda flavor bag of chocolate chip bomb cookies.
And as always, we're brought to you by TexanDrive.com. That's Texan Drive, located at Will Clayton in 59.
The first down by about
Fans, look on your program.
half a football there, so very, very close.
See if you have a star sticker.
Mustangs are going for it here, Mark, which you expect, you know, on 41-yard line, kind of in no man's land. They're going to line up.
Your prize. Here we go.
They're in good position here.
Again, in your program, page 61, if there's a star sticker on Stacy's Sweet Eggs, you have one. Mustangs 4th and 1.
Snap, he leans forward, and he's going to very easily pick up the first down there where they're going in for the mark of that one at. So that's a first down for the Mustang, and they're going to continue this drive right here. Ball's going to be placed down right around the 40-yard line. So it'll be a first down Mustangs here from 40, Mark. Quarterback keeper there by Graves.
And that's a good pickup for the Mustangs. A 4th down play. Even if they lost the ball, they wouldn't have such terrible position to be in defense, but I know they wanted that first down.
Graves under center, back to throw the ball. Has time, has a man out here. A little bit high there, and that's to the fullback. And number 30 there dropped that pass, Doug Kent, but that ball's a little high there. That's a hard play for a fullback.
.313 to go in the third quarter.
Got 2 receivers out there right. Lay in the backfield. Graves under center. Going to hand the ball off, and holy cow, knife down there by number 91. John Love there with the stick there. That was a big defensive play. So that's going to bring up a third down, and we're going to call it 14 here.
It'll bring up a third at 13.
I know.
Here we go. Graves in the shotgun. Going to air it out here. Going to be interference here, it looks like.
But we have a flag, and we'll check that flag.
Don't know which way it's going to go, if it'll be offensive or defensive, so let's take a look here. Line judge going in to talk to the referee. Pass interference on the defense, so that's going to give the Mustangs first down.
Yeah, Rockins and Hammersmith got tangled up when Hammersmith tried to take off and was just kind of tripped up. Tough call against College Park, but a good call for the Mustangs.
After the penalty is marked off, the Mustangs will have first and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Ball on the 29-yard line. Mustangs first and 10. Graves in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Going to be a quick throw out here to Lay. Gets the corner there. Going to turn upfield. Going to carry it all the way down about the 23-yard line. That's going to be a solid 5-yard pickup there, and so that'll bring up, that's actually marked at 28, so that'll bring up, we'll call it 2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line for the Mustangs.
And Stuart Filkowski and Colin Rockins leading the charge and the tackles for that stampede of Cavaliers against the Mustangs running back.
Sewu Alanalua back in the backfield here. Graves under center. Honolulu gets a handoff straight uphill, breaks a couple tackles, and he goes to make it all the way down. Looks like he'll be right around the 10-yard line, and that's going to be first down Mustangs. First and goal from the 10 for the Mustangs.
Aaron Chang was stopping Alanalua from getting into the end zone, but now before the Mustangs will have a first and goal.
Sewu in the backfield here. Going to be another handoff, straight up, cuts back. Going to run over a couple people and make it all the way down. Oh, nope, going to be down around the 1-yard line. 1-yard line. Looks like we're going to have another penalty here. Let's see, wait and see who that's on.
Looks like it's going to go against the Mustangs. So personal foul going against the Mustangs will once again drop them back after they were in a very, very good position to score inside the 5. They will now be backed up to the 17-yard line, 1:13 and ticking. In the third quarter, Mustangs still trail 13 to 14.
17-yard line. Graves in the shotgun.
Graves in the shotgun. He'll find a receiver, but he'll
be incomplete, so that's going to bring up a third down and 17
for an incomplete pass.
From the 17-yard line here for the Mustangs.
Again, Colin Rockins, number 5, all that defensive coverage.
Look, that was Logan McKee, his fullback, the intended receiver.
Graves going to line up here in the shotgun, now going to go under center with Lay in the backfield with him. Going to go ahead and throw the ball here. Going to roll out through a little bubble screen.
Screen pass out to number 21.
Going to pick up about 2 yards on that play. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 17, so 4th and goal. So they'll send the field goal unit in again.
number 9.
Going to be a
Garcia.
29-yarder here, plus 10, 39-yard field goal attempt here. 34-yarder, snap is down, ball's up. Kick is good. Kick is good. Garcia knocks it through.
Yeah, Garcia finally knocks one through, his first field goal in 3 attempts today.
Third quarter, your Mustangs 16, Cavaliers 13.
Mark, that's going to put them ahead 16-14 here with 14 seconds to go in the first half.
Back deep, number 5, Connor Rockins, along with number 19, Eric Wilson.
Only 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. 16-14. Mustangs take the lead now over the Cavaliers.
Here we go, Garcia to kick off for the Mustangs. Pretty good kick. Looks like you're going to field it around the 9-yard line. Bobbles a little bit there. Got good coverage there. And wow, what a stick by number 3, Robert Hammersmith. Robert Hammersmith, what a stick there. And the Cavaliers are going to take over around the 13-yard line mark. And, you know, we've been talking about it all game. That's what the Mustangs needed. They drove the ball down. They still made a couple costly penalties down here in the red zone. They had the ball second down and goal from the 1-yard line. Unfortunately, a personal foul there that backed them up, and they had to kick a long field goal, 34-yarder, to take the lead.
Yeah, very fortunate they came away with that with points.
Ferguson under center, going to throw the ball. Holy cow, that was almost picked up by number 25, Connie Gregerson. Holy cow, I thought if he catches that one,
he's gone.
He's still dancing. In the end zone, that is. Ferguson back to throw again. Looking around, going to hit his man, going to gain about 4 yards there, out to number 84.
Josh Slayton with the tackle, wrapped him up and pulled him out of bounds.
And Blake Gould, who is up for Player of the Week, and that's going to end 3 here. So 12 minutes to go in the ball game. Mustangs 16, Cavaliers 14. Don't forget, get those votes in for Blake Gould. He's up for Player of the Week, and he's had another solid game here today. And Mark, you looked at this team. This defense, they started out right off the bat in the hole. They did a great job of keeping this Mustang team in the game. They didn't get their heads down. They came back, took the lead, and then right before halftime gave up a drive there to go down 14-13. But, the defense has really played well today.
Yeah, Ben Beckelman leading the charge for the Mustangs, and they're just absolutely playing out of their minds. They know it's a do-or-die game. They know they need the win, and the defense definitely has stepped up in a big way today.
Absolutely. 12 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and we're fixing to get it underway. Puts a man in motion, hands it off. Got some coverage there. Good pursuit. Going to break a couple tackles, and holy cow, he's going to pick that up again.
Looked like Trudell is the one that finally forced him out of bounds, but not before a first down for the Cavaliers. DeWitt Thomas assisting on the tackle.
Takes the hand off. Goes. Actually, quarterback Kevin Ferguson going to pick up about 4, almost 5 yards on that. Going to bring up 2nd down and 5 from the 30. You know, Mark, and you've been at several of the games. This fourth quarter has been very, very difficult on this Mustang team this year. Hopefully they find a way to get some stops here and put themselves in a position where they win this game and carry it over to next week. Ferguson, the shotgun here, going to hand off straight ahead. Garcia up the middle, going to break a couple tackles and going to pick up about 20 yards, 15 yards on that play, and going to be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Sewu Lanalua on the tackle. And, Bert, you're absolutely right. The fourth quarters have been very difficult for the Mustangs, none bigger than against Eisenhower. They took a 10-0 lead going into the fourth quarter and ended up giving up 14 unanswered points, falling short in that game. Now let's hopefully it doesn't happen here.
Hand off to the fullback right up the middle there, and he's still bowling. He's going to be real close to another first down there, so he's going to get real close. Yeah, they're going to mark it ahead. They're going to give him a 10-yard plus gain there, so that's going to be a 1st and 10. Now the ball's at the 45-yard line of the Mustangs.
And DeWitt Thomas was his 3rd tackle of the series.
Snap. Going to be the quarterback keeper up the middle. Ferguson's going to pick up 4 there, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Really was a triple option there. He had the receiver in motion. And
Anthony Lacey read that one well as he stopped him for a short gain.
Number 23, Anthony Lacey on the stop.
Ferguson takes the snap, hands off straight up the middle to Garcia. He's going to be stuck right there in his place. Sanders with the carry there.
Spencer Goodman on the tackle for the Mustangs. Michael Cesaric helped out on the tackle.
3rd and 4 here. Fans getting on their feet, getting into this game. Ball located at the 39-yard line. Be 3rd down and 4. Ferguson in the gun. Going to be a quick pass. Big pressure there. He is going to be sacked for a big loss. Number 25, Mark.
Yeah, Connor Gregerson. Big sack there. Takes him down. Didn't even see it coming.
You know, but that was a coverage sack, Mark. No doubt about it. He went to his first read out there. It was not there. So he really didn't have a choice. He had to pull the ball down and not throw it, an interception. And doing that, holy cow, what a big play there by Ferguson. They line up in the pistol. Now they back up a little bit. They're going to go ahead and punt this one. He's going to get off a pretty decent punt. Going to go out of bounds around the 14-yard line, I believe. Actually about the 17-yard line. So that's where your Mustangs, with 8:08 to go in the fourth quarter, take over 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
Both teams still with all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
You know, I'm super excited to announce, too, we're going to be with Fox Sports. We're going to be involved with calling some playoff games. So Really, really looking forward to that. That's why the live action, this game will be done like this. Tonight's game, K Park against CE King. They have their homecoming here tonight. So just glad to be part of this school district. Hand off there to Griffin Lay. Griffin Lay got a blocker out in front, cuts back up. That's going to be a solid pickup right there. Solid pickup. We'll call it 6 yards. That's going to bring 2nd and 4.
Now Colin Rockins on the tackle for the Cavaliers.
Ball's placed down at the 24-yard line. Graves under center here. Drops back, going to throw the ball. Has a man right there, number 7. Holy cow, what a great play there. Gianavola with the reception there. And that's going to move the chains, Mark.
Yeah, Kingwood definitely in charge right now with a 2-point lead, 7:24 to go in the 4th quarter. It's in their hands right now.
First and 10, ball laid down here at the 36-yard line for the Mustangs. Graves under center, Lay in the backfield. Going to be false start on the offense. It's going to bring 1st down and 15.
So we're now down to exactly 7 minutes to play in the game.
Graves under center, Lay in the backfield. Going to be a quick pitch out there. Going to take it to the 30, we'll call it 7-yard line. It's going to be a solid 6-yard gain there, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 from the 37-yard line.
And Brady Price forcing him out of bounds.
37-yard line. Bring up 2nd down.
Graves take another quick out there to Sayway. He got a little edge there. He's going to make the corner. Unfortunately, going to be some laundry on the field. Not quite sure what that is.
Another holding penalty against the Mustangs will push them back 10 more yards.
Man, Mark, if the Mustangs lose this game, it's clearly going to be on penalties. They have flat dominated this game in every aspect other than the scoreboard. Even though they're leading right now 16-14, you know, they're just a field goal from being down, and they have flat moved the ball awesomely here today. So hopefully this doesn't stop them. They've been able to pick up yards at ease. We'll see what they do here on 2nd, and we'll call it 19.
The penalties definitely have hurt them today, as the last field goal they hit could have turned into a touchdown, but since it was pushed back so far, they had to settle for a field goal.
Graves back play, fakes it. He's going to go ahead and throw it. Got a man out here, number 7. Going to be a nice play right there. Going to pick up about 11 yards, and that was to Gianavola, another catch there. So that's going to bring up a manageable 3rd down here, 3rd and 9, Mark.
In a much better position with that completion.
And the clock, by the time this next snap takes place, is going to be under 6 minutes. Mustang 16, Cavaliers 14. Graves under center, back to throw again. looking through his reads. Got
Oh,
his
what
man,
a
breaks
catch.
the tackle. Number 5, we're going down the field. Hammersmith. Hammersmith's got one man to beat. 10, 5. Touchdown, I think. Or is it going to call it a touchdown?
Yes.
Touchdown, baby. Holy cow, what a play. Yes, what a play, what a play, what a play. And that was a big one.
Hammersmith on the touchdown, a missed tackle. After it looked like the Kingwood quarterback was in trouble, managed to get that off. And Hammersmith scrambles his way out to take it all the way up in a fantastic dive as high pursuit by the Cavaliers to push him out of bounds. Inside the 5 failed as Hammersmith extended that arm, hitting that pylon, and getting an incredible touchdown. The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Kingwood Mustangs have made this a 2-possession game with a 23-14 lead over the College Park Cavaliers. Texan Live is always brought to you by Texan Drive. Head on over to the Texan dealerships located on Will Clayton and 59 for great specials and deals. Go in and ask for this guy over here, head coach Bert Brocker. Shop Texan GMC, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram 24/7 at TexanDrive.com. Texan Drive, we treat you better.
Back deep for the Cavaliers, number 5, Tyler Rockets, number 28, A.J. Sanders.
23-14 here. Here's the kickoff. Going to be taken around the 19-yard, number 28. Sanders on the return, breaks a couple tackles. But he's only going to get out to about the 31-yard line, and that's where the Cavaliers will take over 1st and 10.
Along with number 16, Riley Jewell. And the Cavaliers will take over 1st and 10, 31-yard line.
Ferguson in the shotgun here. 5:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Going to fake it. Going to try to throw here. Got a man cleared there to number 33.
After number 33, Buckley Garcia.
Yeah. Josh Slayton on the stop for the Mustangs. Not before the Cavaliers pick up a 1st down.
Going to throw it up deep. Good defensive coverage there. Holy cow, the offensive guy had to become the defensive guy there.
He definitely had to turn into the cornerback to avoid that interception, as a Mustang was just waiting to catch that one. The offense becomes the
penalty
defense.
Against the Mustangs. Holy cow, folks. That's about the 8th penalty mark
Yeah, these penalties are killing them right now, and it is still a two-possession game, but I don't think they want this to get any closer than it already is.
Ball going to be marked down around the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:12 to go. And I'll be honest, I was looking downfield. I didn't see if it was there or not. I was watching because it was clearly going to be a pick, and the receiver broke it up. Back to throw here, quarterback draw straight up the middle. Ferguson, he's got good coverage by the Mustangs.
Yeah, he wasn't fooling any of the Kingwood defenders. Blake Gold leading the charge for the Mustangs on that stop.
Gonna be, holy cow, there's another one close to an interception. Zayo, hallelujah, in there on the breakup, and then number 2, holy cow, I thought he had that one. Josh Slayton.
Breaking up the pass. They got 3rd down, 38 for the Cavaliers.
Third and 8 here for the Cavaliers. Got time, going to throw the pass, going to have a completion out there to number 84, and that is going to give the Cavaliers a first down. Massey with the reception there, Mark.
Gold involved in that tackle once again. Alanalua involved in that tackle once again. This defense is all over anybody willing to catch the ball for the Cavaliers.
Ferguson in the shotgun, back to throw again. Has some pressure this time now. Little delayed blitz there. He's still going to go forward for about 3 yards. But, Mark, more important than anything, these plays here are keeping that clock going. We'll be well under 4 minutes when this next stack takes place. Ferguson gets up a little bit slow there.
That's a good point, Bert. I'm surprised they're not moving the ball in the air more.
Ferguson actually lines up under center here. He's still going to throw the ball. Quick throw out there. Receiver will fall down. So that'll keep that clock rolling here with 3:43 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Gregerson on the stop there. It almost seemed in the best interest for the Cavaliers to just drop that ball to stop the clock.
Going to bring up 3rd and we'll call it 3 here for the Cavaliers. Ferguson back to throw again. Going to go for it all, and his receiver didn't break on the ball and almost intercepted again. Number 23 out there, Mark. That is Anthony Lacey almost coming up with that ball there.
Almost looked like he was the receiver for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers didn't get that one right, and Mustangs almost came up.
Definitely on their feet right now. Definitely on their feet. Got a 4th down and 4 here, and a 3:19 to go in the ball game. The Cavaliers do have all 3 timeouts left, so in no way, form, or fashion, as we've seen, is this game over. But a big stop here would definitely help either burn those timeouts or run the clock out. Cavaliers going to take a timeout, and that brings us to Deerwood Solutions, your local business right here in Humble. Not only do they do AC, we're in the wintertime here, folks, and you need to get those furnaces checked out. And Mark Johnson, tell us about more where they can actually find Deerwood Air Solutions.
Well, Bert, you can find them at 38 Wilson Road, and you can call them 24/7, 281-852-2778, or look them up online at humbleacrepair.com. That's Deerwood Air and Heating Solutions.
Warriors in play with 3:12 remaining in the ballgame. With a big first down. For the Cavaliers.
3:12 to go here in the ball game. Ferguson in the shotgun, 4th and 4. Ferguson takes it, going to roll out to his left side. Got a man out there, and the ball is going to be caught by number 84. Greg Massey. And that will give him a first down. Greg Maxey on that reception right there. Ball going to be placed down at the 15-yard line, Mark. Where
they got a first down and they got out of bounds to stop the clock. A big play for the Cavaliers.
Ball spotted on the 14-yard line.
Ferguson takes the snap, going to go for it all right here. Pushing off there. Let's see if there'll be a call. There is a flag on the ground. Not sure which way to be called, though, because the defensive guy didn't have his back, but it appeared it could be pushing off.
Looked pretty clear. Maxey threw him on the ground. I don't know what happened before that, but a very easy catch. It's very, very suspicious.
Yes, sir. We did get that one right. And like we say all the time, we are the home of Humboldt Independent School District, Pearland Independent School District, and New Caney Independent District. We call these games as the local provider for them. Once we go to the playoffs, then we will actually be working directly with Fox Sports. So we will be neutral at those games. But in these home games, Mark, as we say, we are TexanLive.com, home of Humboldt Independent School District. Another throw out there again.
Yeah, Josh Slayton with good coverage that time to stop Maxey.
That was another, the fans were getting a little restless there. It looked like a similar type deal. So, you know, and there was no call there. So if he'd have caught that ball, it would have been a touchdown. So anyway, you got to play every play. That's the one thing you learn in this game. It's irrelevant what anybody's opinion is. The only guys that matter are the guys that got flags in their back pocket,
Absolutely,
Mark.
Absolutely. They've gone to Maxey 3 times.
Snap here. Got time. Getting in trouble there. Going to be sacked. Goodman, Cesaric there on the sack, you know, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 24 yards. 3rd down and 24 yards. So as you know, they could kick a field goal here, but more than likely, Mark, you know, it really is an option here as you look at it. I don't know how their kicker really is, but right now it would be close to a 45-yarder. So I don't think that's an option right now, but be curious to see what they call here.
It definitely doesn't seem likely, but as you said, yes, it's definitely a possibility to make it a 1-score game. We'll take a quick timeout here, brought to you by Memorial Herman Northeast, and they're located at 18951 Memorial North, just past 59-1960. Call 281-540-7700. And they've been caring for families in Lake Houston and Kingwood area for more than 30 years, offering world-class care close to home. That's Memorial Herman Northeast.
Here we go. We got 3rd down and 24. Owens in the shotgun. Going to drop back here. Got some pressure by Beckelman again, and Beckelman is going to get there. Ball on the ground. Who's going to get it? Mustangs pick the ball up. Blake Gould with the recovery there, and that'll be Mustangs ball. 2:36 to go in the game.
Boy, Beckelman is just having himself a day. Gets a forced fumble. Gould picks it up. Oh, man, the Mustangs come up huge there. They could very well have just put this game out of reach.
Well, we've officially announced it, Mark. Beckelman will be.
I think so, yes.
Ben Beckelman will be Texan Live's Player of the Week for this next week.
Player of the Week nominee, absolutely. What a phenomenal game he's had. His teammates on the sideline sure letting him know about it.
Straight ahead up there, Griffin Lay, and like he's done, look at him cover that ball up, which is so important, and he will still move forward for about a 4-yard gain there.
Number 42, David McAlee. Also in there, number 39, Kevon Clark.
Cavaliers choosing to let this clock run. They only have one timeout remaining.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
By the time this ball snaps, we'll be south of the 2 minutes. Play clock at 15, 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Graves taking his time, getting up under center. Moves the man in motion here. Has Sewu in the backfield, hands it off. Straight ahead, he busts through the middle. It's going to be close. He's going 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown! Honolulu.
Mark it as a W, Bert. That'll do it. Sewu Honolulu just put a cap on this game.
Alana Lua.
Number 9, Diego Garcia. Let's hit the point after.
Mustangs 29, Cavaliers 14. And Mark, now I feel confident to say that was the exclamation point that the Mustangs were looking for.
Absolutely.
And it's just been the whole ball game. They just, they left them in here the whole game, and they finally finished the game here to win. That's going to be no good there. It's going to make it 29-14, minute 43 to go in the ball game.
With 1:43 remaining. Red Mustangs 29, Cavaliers 14.
And without a doubt, a win definitely makes homecoming a lot more fun, Mark.
That it does. A special day for these Mustangs fans and these Mustang players and these Mustang students.
And I know a lot about this Atascocita team that the Mustangs played last week. Naturally, they're here in our district. And the Mustangs really gave them all they wanted last week. So, I'm not quite sure how the Woodlands will come out next week, knowing that they have everything sewed up. It'll be interesting to see how long they keep their starters in, whether they'll give some of their backup players. So, the Mustang going into next week, it's a tall task, but it's something that's possible.
That's a good point, Bert. Yeah, like you said, going into Atascocita last week, nobody gave the Mustangs much of a shot, but a late rally, they only made it a 7-score game at the end. I believe it was 28-21, the final. Atascocita expected to just run away with that game. These Mustangs are showing a lot of heart, and it's showing here right now coming up big against College Park.
Garcia here to kick off for the Mustang. Kick it down. He's going to field it around the 14-yard line. Going to be tackled right there about the 2017. Eric Wilson on the return there for the Cavaliers.
There's Robert Hammersmith on the tackle. He's had a big day.
Jonathan Hayes on that reception there.
Number 23, Josh Gear.
Josh Gear on the tackle there for the Mustangs. Mark, and I just wanted to clarify, the Mustangs, this is, for these seniors, their last game here at Turner Stadium. So what a sweet victory it is. And then you get to go tonight and, have a great time with your classmates and with with your peers tonight. Homecoming, so every one of us remember the exciting times of high school sports, and a lot of these guys, this may be their last football game if they don't go into college somewhere. So it's a big deal here today.
It is, and they're going out with a bang, like you said, and the emotions that these guys must be going through right now. I remember playing my last home game, and everything that went through my head is I can't believe this is over. A lot of these guys got to be thinking that right now, especially since they have a big lead, and they can reflect on some of the memories they've had at Turner Stadium. And but you know, they still got one more game at Wood Forest next week against the top-rated team in the district.
And
So,
I think the number 14 ranked 10th in the state, the
Wow.
Woodlands. So without a doubt, they got their hands full next week. But just depends on if the team that came here today fired up to play. Beckelman there almost had another sack. Ferguson going to break a couple tackles, going to pick up a first down. Gould there on the tackle.
But Ferguson picks up first down yardage.
They're going to stop the clock here with 1:19 to go in the game.
Please reset the game clock to 1:25.
Put a little time back on the clock here and move it to 1:25.
Ball spotted on the 41-yard line.
Ferguson back to throw again. Quick throw there to number 84. He's going to hustle to get out of bounds, which he'll do.
Anthony Lacey kicking himself right now after missing that tackle.
Greg Maxey on the reception.
Ferguson back to throw here again. Going to throw the ball into big coverage there. Almost picked off by number 81. Teeters there. Teeters playing both ways, offense and defense. Had a touchdown earlier in the game. Another one of those guys that, you know, we were told to look out for. This team's got some really good players on it. And I'm sure a lot of these guys will make it to the next level somewhere.
Yeah, Kingwood playing with a lot of Ironman football all season long with these guys.
Ferguson back to throw again. Has some time. Going to be incomplete out there to number 84 again.
Yeah, Ferguson's targeted Greg Maxey quite a lot here in the fourth quarter.
But the one thing you want to see on this, 1 minute to go here in the fourth, you do not want to give up the deep ball and give them an opportunity to recover an onside kick. You want to continue, from the 47-yard line to keep them in front of you, Mark.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to see a game like this turn into such a close contest at the end. They fought too hard.
Ferguson back to throw again. Has pressure there. Goes away from it. Going to throw the ball there and going to be incomplete again. Had a ton of pressure on his backside coming after him.
And DeWitt Thomas on the coverage. So 54 seconds to go in the game. Kingwood with a 29-14 lead over College Park.
54 seconds to go in the ball game. Fourth down and 10. Ferguson back to throw again. Has time. He's going to air it up deep.
Wow, he came up with that.
Massey went up, made a nice catch there, Mark. Went up over two receivers and made a play on the ball. 46 seconds to go here in the ball game.
Maxey was casually jogging down the sideline expecting the pass. He was double covered and still jumped up and came with that. So we're not done yet.
Clock running, going to make it down to 29 seconds, and looks like the Cavaliers are going to take their third and final timeout.
Timeout, Cavaliers. That is their third and final timeout. Again, remember, folks, the Kingwood High School All Sports Booster Club.
So we'll take what I suspect will be the final timeout of the game. And once again, we are brought to you by Texan Drive. Head on over to the Texan dealerships located on Will Clayton in 59 for great specials and deals on new and pre-owned vehicles. Go in and ask for head coach Bert Brocker or shop Texan GMC, Buick, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram 24/7 at TexanDrive.com. That's Texan Drive. We treat you better.
Individuals that have supported Kingwood High School sports through their contributions. And again, that next meeting will be November the 17th, Monday, 7 p.m.
First and 10, ball on the 9-yard line. First and go. Ferguson's going to roll out here to the left. He's going to try to get in here. It's going to be close. Touchdown. And that's going to make it 29-20 with 22 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, Bert, it's like what you were talking about. This is the last thing they wanted to happen. Now they're going to have an opportunity for an onside kick. And this is some added pressure that the Mustangs definitely don't want right now.
Number 3, Zachary Collins. What's up the point after? The homer, number 19, Eric Wilson.
Kick is good, and that makes it 29-21. And one of the parents just told me that if it comes down to tiebreaker points, Mark, that touchdown there could be what keeps the Mustangs out. Not quite sure that's good information or bad information, but without doubt, I know tiebreakers are important as you go down the stretch. So, be interesting to see how that does play out.
So 27-21.
29-21.
29-21, excuse me. 22 seconds to go.
Real simple what's coming here. The jailbreak onside kick.
Better believe some Mustangs are holding their breath right now.
We can never say the Mustangs don't make it interesting.
That's for sure. That's for sure, Bert.
If my buddy Heath Russian's out there watching, kind of like an Aggies football game, always interesting. Here we go, Mark. And it's fielded cleanly. Take a knee. And the victory formation, that's where we'll go now.
Ball is caught by number 5, Eric Hammersmith. And that's where the Mustangs will take over. First down. And pitch goes to number 21, Griffin Lang.
They decide to go against kneeling the ball, and they run it, and there's a flag on the play.
We'll check the flag.
46-24. 46-24.
Well, they would still have to beat the Woodland, and the other two would have to lose.
So 17 seconds to go.
Final snap, false start, number 71 of the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Kingwood's going to try to finish this off one more time as a false start is called against him. They'll back up 5 yards and try another first down. It'll be first and 30.
And he does take a knee. And that will be your ball game, folks.
That'll be your last play of the ball game.
Hey, no.
With a big homecoming win. 29, Cavaliers 21. Football game, everyone be careful and a short trip hard.
Get over here, Ross. Yeah, just interviewing you quick. I'm Bert Brocker here with Lee Beckelman, the father of Ben Beckelman, and what a game he had here today. Tell us a little bit how you're feeling right now.
Well, I'm really proud of him. He went out and fought hard. The whole team fought hard. This is a game they had to win, and they stepped it up, played with against a lot of adversity during the course of this year. And in this game, they had some adversity, and he stepped up and made the plays when he had to. So very proud of him.
Does he have any plans where he's going to head next year?
Well, I think I'm a Longhorn, orange blood, so I think he'd like to go to UT, but we'll just have to see how all that plays out.
Well, you know, that's one of the things we were talking about earlier. This is their last game here on this field. And not only that, it's their homecoming night, and every one of us remember homecoming. So, you know, this had to be a big win. By the way, he's announced for Player of the Week for Texan Live this next week. Congratulations.
Well, that's terrific. I'm proud of him, and good luck to them for next week.
Tell him great job.
All right, thanks.
All right, appreciate it.